Alright, I'm going to go over how to get Apple Maps tiles into GQIS for export into Inkscape and Unity. So these files are going to be added to the Google Drive download to support the Apple Maps tiles. There's a Bing Google Apple Maps proxy XYZ file, Nginx config, that's a partial config, a restart, a start, and a stop script for starting, stopping, and restarting Nginx. Make sure you have those files ready. Then we are going to go to nginx.org. We're going to click download on the right hand side. We're going to download the latest stable version of Nginx. It's pronounced Nginx, it's spelled Nginx, November Golf Indigo November X. Download the latest stable version. It'll give you a zip file. Go to where that was downloaded, and we are going to extract it. And you will get an nginx-version number folder. We'll open that folder up. We're going to go back to our resources folder from the Google Drive. We're going to copy restart, start, and stop into the top level of the nginx download where the nginx executable is. Then we are going to open up the nginx conf folder, and we are going to open up the nginx.conf file in your text editor of choice. Mine is going to be Notepad++. And you are also going to open up from the downloaded resources this partial nginx.config file. Alright, we're going to copy the contents of the nginx config file that you downloaded, these 4 lines. We're going to paste them into the nginx config file from the downloaded nginx. We are going to find in the default nginx config file the default server lines for nginx 122.0. They're going to be lines 43 to 46. The main thing to look for is location / open parentheses to closing curly parentheses there. We're going to replace these lines with the ones from the partial config, which is going to give us a resolver line and a proxy pass line. We're going to save this file and then leave it open. So we're going to go back to Edge, and this time we're going to open up DuckDuckGo. We're going to search for any location, it doesn't matter what. I'm going to search for USA, and then click the Maps. Right-click anywhere on the screen, and click Inspect. This will work in Google Chrome or Edge identically. Firefox will work, but the steps will be slightly different. The inspector will open on the right side of the screen by default. I will click the 3 dots at the top right of the inspector and put it on the, I will dock to the bottom of the screen so we can see all of the inspector tabs. I will go to the network tab, and I am going to refresh the screen, or refresh the page. Alright, in the filter window right here, I'm going to type in access key, all lowercase, no spaces. And these are all of the requests that match that filter. I'm going to right click on any of them, copy, copy link address. And then I'm going to open up my text editor and just paste that link in. I'm going to find access key equals here, and I'm going to copy everything after the equals all the way to the end, which should end in %3D. So I will copy that. I will go back over to my nginx config file, the full one. I will find, in my case on line 45, access key equals, and I will paste that in right after the equals and before the semicolon. So the line should now end in %3D semicolon. I'm going to save that file. I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to go back to my downloaded Nginx, get out of the config file if you're in there, and go to where the executable is, and I'm going to double click start.bat. I'm going to verify that Nginx is running. I'm going to right click on my start menu and go to Task Manager. I'm going to go to Details, which will sort things by name, and I will verify that Nginx is running. Now I'm going to open up GQIS. I'm going to go to Layer, Data Source Manager, Load. One of the other downloaded files should be Bing Google Apple Proxy XYZ.xml. I'm going to open that file. It actually has a repeat of the Bing and Google connections for GQIS, but all we care about is Apple Proxy, so we're going to select Apple Proxy and click Import. We're going to go to the drop down here and select Apple Proxy, and then click Add it as a layer to our project, and click Close. And you can see it's already been added. I'm going to uncheck my surface inner and outer, and if we uncheck Apple Maps, we can see that it is indeed loading tiles. I uncheck Google and Bing. You can see that our tiles are successfully loading. So there's Apple, there's Google, there's Bing, and you can see everything lines up. I can now right-click Apple Proxy, export, save as, and do all of the required exports.